Imagine having the life of your dreams. Not temporary cash and glory, but happiness and inner peace. Explore new ways to be a creator and take your own journey into greatness. Is it possible? What does it take to make that happen? It takes the person known for extreme results. He's called the cage breaker and the ultimate catalyst. Coming back from the brink of death and now crushing it for himself and his clients, this is Your Ultimate Life Podcast with Kellen Flukiger.
Welcome to today's episode of Your Ultimate Life. We are on episode 519, and we are starting today with the first stone in the pillar of integrity. Integrity I placed in the middle of the 7 stones because you could consider it that's the central stone, not the foundation, but the middle, around which everything else rotates. All of the pillars are super important. I mean, the first one, the pillar of choice, the pillar of language, all of those are really, really important. And, you know, the pillar of truth, you could argue that every single one is just as essential, but integrity occupies at least a special place in my heart, and I put it fourth of 7 on purpose. We did yesterday a general introduction to this pillar and why it's so important. And today we're going to start with the first of the stones, and that is integrity is simple. Now, that's a declaration. Integrity is simple. Now, someone might take issue with that. They say, well, it's not easy at all. Well, I didn't say it was easy. Simple is unequal to easy. Simple is the opposite of complicated. It is not difficult to understand. So let's define integrity in a way, and there are probably lots of definitions. But integrity means something is what it seems to be. It is not integrity in building materials. We talked about that. Means it performs the purpose for which it was intended. The pillar holds up the building. You know, there is integrity in the construction materials. Integrity in our lives means the same thing. It stands the stresses that are put on it. Integrity means to me, and in the context of building personal power to achieve your ultimate life and add good to the world, it means that you are what you seem to be. You do what you say. I use a phrase in my personal truth and commitment: I am integrity. I do what I say. I am who I seem, with no camouflage, duplicity, or guile. And I'd use those 3 words because they're just 3 ways of defining ways you can be deceived. If something in the grocery store, you buy it and it doesn't taste like it looks, it's confusing. And sometimes you might get frustrated or unhappy about that. There's one place I know that happens for me, and it's kind of funny. The other day, Joy and I went somewhere, and on the way home, we bought a burger, and the place advertised, you know, grass-fed burgers and whatever. But anyway, in the line, it was a drive-through, and as in the drive-through, it has a picture of the burger you're buying, and of course, rarely does the device or the piece of food you get look like the picture. And so that advertisement has no integrity. It looks like one thing, and what you get is quite different. It doesn't look anywhere near as appetizing and appealing, and it tastes good, and I ate it, and that's fine. But that's a place, an example, a funny and easy and obvious example of lack of integrity. There is no consistency between the presentation of something and the actual thing itself. In your life, that is lack of integrity. So if you present yourself as a diligent hard worker and then you barely do enough to get by, that is lack of integrity. If you present yourself in a relationship as someone who listens and has compassion and is there to support and help people during difficult times, and then you can't be bothered, except if it suits your own ulterior motives, that's a lack of integrity. It's not hard to define or see what integrity should be. That's why I say that it is simple. Knowing whether something is